Hi everyone. So, you've just started a new job. That's great. Congratulations. But, every time you receive your salary, you will also have a pay statement or the pay stub. There is a bunch of items that were deducted from your salary. You start with a higher gross earnings, but then end up with a much smaller take-home amount. You may be familiar with the earnings part, because you know your working hours. But how about the deductions? Have you ever wondered, how did it happen? And, why did that happen? Let's have a quick look at a sample of a statement of earnings and deductions. In the earnings part, we have regular earnings and taxable benefits. In the deduction part, you can see here we have, government pension, a contribution, CUP, income taxes, and some other deductions for your share of the group insurance. Depends on your organizations, there may be more items. But in the video today, we will just talk about the statutory deductions from your pay stubs. The first item is the contribution to the government pension plan. CPP, which means Canada Pension Plan, and the rate is given by Canada Revenue Agency. Or, QPP, which means Quebec Pension Plan, with the rate comes from Revenue Quebec. For 2022, depends on your situation, you will be deducted 5.7% for CPP, or 6.15% for QPP from your paycheck. The rate will be a bit higher in 2023 and it changes almost everyone. But, what is this CPP, or QPP for? Making contribution to government pension plan, is one of the qualification for you to receive the monthly benefit, that replaces part of your income at your retirement. It is taxable of course. In addition to the retirement pension, the benefit could be applied to disability, or survivor benefits. You can visit these websites to have more details. They are not clickable but you can check the video description to have the links. The next item is EI, means employment insurance, or AE for assurance d'emploi in Quebec. Again, the rate for Quebec is different for the rest of Canada. And, this rate is updated each year, by the proper government agency as well. So, what is this EI for? This employment insurance provides temporary income to support workers in case of unemployment, illness, or maternity, or parental leave. To have more details about EI, you can visit this website by Canada Government. Woo! Wait a minute. This does not sound right for Quebec? In Quebec, the maternity and parental leave are taken care by another program, QPIP, or Quebec Parental Insurance Plan, or RQAP, Régime Québécois d'assurance parental. That's why the rate of EI for Quebec is a bit lower than the rest of Canada. The rate for QPIP is provided by Revenue Quebec each year, and it may change or may not. This item takes 0.494% of your salary, to the maximum of $434.72 per year. And, beside the benefits of income replacement to support workers during maternity or parental leave, QPIP also waives the 1-week waiting period for the benefit, and the maximum insurable earning is higher, therefore, benefit amount is increased for Quebec, comparing with the rest of Canada. And now it's about income taxes. There are federal and provincial income tax deduction. However, unlike other provinces, in Quebec, we will see two separated items for income tax deductions. The income tax rates vary for both Canada and Quebec depends on the salary you make. Let's have a quick look at the income tax bracket for both Canada and Quebec. And, the starting deductions for federal and Quebec combined, is 30%, without considering the personal amount. Now, let's summarize the statutory deduction from your salaries. In 2022, workers elsewhere in Canada will have, CPP, 5.7%, plus EI, 1.58%, plus income taxes federal, and provincial combined if applicable. While workers in Quebec will have QPP, 6.15%, plus EI, 1.20%, plus QPIB, 0.494%, plus federal and Quebec income taxes. These rates will be revised by the government agencies each year. In the coming part, I will share some popular payroll questions. Questions number 1. How to maximize the net amount on my paycheck? Make an RRSP contribution directly through payroll. Submit the forms for Personal Tax Credit Return, TD1 for federal, and TP 1015.3V for Quebec. Depends on your province of residency, there might be specialized TD1 form. Also, depends on your situations that you may have credit from tuition fees, dependents. By doing this, you don't need to wait until you file the income tax return to benefit the tax break or credit. Questions number 2. I work for 2 employers at the same time, is there anything I should declare? You can submit the tax forms to both employers, but one of them should be at 0, so that you don't overstate your personal amount. Question number 3. I've just switched the job and got a higher salary, but why my net amount now is less than what I received in my last paycheck? There are many factors. You might have reached the max contributions in your previous employer, but starting a new job means you will restart all the deductions. Don't worry, any over or under contributions will be reconciled with your income tax return. You can also verify if you have already submitted your personal tax credit form to inform any of your tax credit. Question number 4. Why do I live in Quebec but there is no Quebec income tax deducted? Or why do I have Quebec income taxes while I don't live there? You may have not noticed, but payroll deductions depend on the province or territory of your employment, not your residence. If your employer is in Ontario, and you live in Quebec, you will not have Quebec income taxes deducted from your paycheck. But, it will be adjusted when you file your income tax return. To avoid surprise tax payment at year-end, you can request an extra tax withholdings on your paycheck. What do the personal tax credit return forms look like? And how we fill them up? They are quite simple and straightforward. Depends on your province, you may need to look for the proper version. The example here is for Quebec residents. You will have 2 forms, TD1 and TP 1015. Let's go over these forms quickly. On both forms, you will need to fill in your person information, full name, date of birth, address, and social insurance numbers. Then, you will need to put in the basic personal amounts. These amounts are adjusted every year, similar to other statutory deduction rates. Some common items that you may claim if qualified are, tuition fees, dependent amount, spouse or partner amount transferred from your spouse or common law partner. You know your tax situation better than anyone else. So, fill in these forms properly to maximize your take-home amount every paycheck. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the buttons like, share and subscribe to see our next videos.